Hello everyone, welcome back to Technical Sunday. As promised that we will try to do the analysis on every Sunday during the evening or the night time. So let's go back to the chart that I'm currently quite interested to trade on. So right here we have about 4 pairs, which is Euro USD, GBP USD, AUD CAD, and also Gold Spot. So we will go through one by one, going through the top-down analysis for the Euro USD first. But okay, let's guys. So usually I don't trade on the monthly chart because it's very impossible for me to hold the chart to hold the trade for about monthly or weekly, because that's too much for me. I don't have the patience for it. But by the way guys, so I spotted something quite interesting on the monthly chart. Right, as you can see here, we have a great bearish push during the 2014, right? So I wouldn't go too far ahead. We just stick to what we have right now. So always trade what do you see, right? Okay, as you can see here, here is the low, and here we can see we create a new high. Am I right? And then over here is to show the price has been stalling about so many days, so many weeks already. So what we can see here is when we put a Fibonacci at here from the swing low to swing B, it's interesting that the price is actually trading at the 61.8 level, right? So this level usually I will take a buy or I will go long from it. But however, if we go to look at the daily chart, right? Daily, we can see that here is the good area of support. So where's the liquidity provider comes in. So most of the banks and big traders, they will actually fill in the order here and then to make a buy order from here. So however, price already has been rally, so we already missed that action from this area. However, we still can trade on Euro long if only this price managed to create a full play out on the inverted head and shoulder. As you can see here, we can see there's a left shoulder, here's the head, and then here is the right shoulder. However, here is the neckline. When during the NFP we have a great push to the neckline, but however it comes back down right after that. So probably this Euro USD will be stalling for quite a moment. So however, I'm still going to make a buy. There's two buy option over here. First, I will either buy at the liquidity area, okay, where most of the institution traders or the banks trader, they will start buying from this area. Or the second chance that we're gonna buy here is when the inverted head and shoulder is fully played out, if only the price managed to break out from this area. So one moment. So if the price managed to break this area, we can see a higher push for the euro dollar. So however, I wouldn't trade any yet. As I can say it, I always like to buy low or sell high. So we will wait for the price to come to the liquidity area. If there's a good chance, if the price comes to here, I will actually start to buy. Or not, the second chance is we will wait for the pair to break over the neckline, and then we will start to have a retest. Once the retest occur, we will start buying it for the Euro USD. So however, this risk reward is very good, right? We have a very, so let's say we buy from this area. So this area started at 1.2, almost a 500 region, and back to here is about 1.17. So that is about around 600 to 700 pips. 60 to 70 pips of risk if you are going to buy at the head and shoulder and you want to put your stop loss below that, right? So but however, the reward is actually quite interesting. Okay, if we look at the reward on the daily candle, we can see that this price may have not or may create a new high. So the new high should be will be at least around 1.15 region. So we have about from 1.12, let's say we started to buy over there and reach to 1.15, we have around 300 pips. So the reward, the risk is about 60 to 70 pips, but the reward is 300 pips. So this pair is actually will be on my watch list for this coming week trades, okay, I will actually looking for a buy position and try to hold it till to our initial target. So that's for our euro dollar. So next up we will have a GBP USD. Right. On the daily chart, we can see that this price has been trading in a pennant, where we can see there's a first high, and then we have a lower high, lower low, and lower low, and so on. Sorry, there's no lower low. There's only the retested at the 1.3 region. But however, we have a lower high has been trading for the past couple weeks and days. So in here we can see that here. Okay, let's say we zoom into the 4-hourly chart, right? Price has been trading in a descending pennant. Okay, in here we can see that 1.13 is very good area of support, where most of the buyers, they will actually buy at this area. So for now, I wouldn't trade right now, because GBP about the Brexit is still in a very big mess. So there is very uncertain move on the GBP, right? So however, let's say based on the technical, what I'm gonna see from here on the technical insight here, 1.13 is a great area for support. So however, you can actually start buying at this area and put the stop loss just right below the 1.13 level, right? So there will be around 40 pip to 50 pip risk, but however, the reward is actually quite interesting as well. But however, I still wouldn't buy now, and I will see how it plays out in the future, because like I said, GBP is still in a very big mess. However, if this trade managed to break up from the zone here, any of this zone, right, we will see a very good movement for the pound dollar. So let's say I wouldn't be surprised if this pair is gonna still trade inside the pennant for about a couple of weeks, I predict. So however, if this pair managed to break above this level, this pennant here, we can see a huge movement for the bulls to actually reach to the top of the resistance right here. So however, the risk reward is very interesting right now, but I still wouldn't trade. Like I said, GBP is still in a very big mess. So what we can do now is just have to wait for the price manage to break any of this channel. But however, I'm still gonna think that, because I already have the thoughts about saying the euro dollar will have a strong pull up, right? So I believe the euro dollar can push up. So for this pound, however, is a bit of correlation over here. If euro dollar went up, pound should be as well. So if pound dollar managed to break above this, and then I will actually start buying for the pound dollar. So however, this pair will still remain. I wouldn't trade. So let's just see how it's gonna go. However, if this pound dollar managed to break below this downside, I still wouldn't trade yet, because it's still not in my favor. Because my favor that I wanted this pair to go even higher in the future. So let's move on to our ACAD. Alright, so in here we have a AUD CAD. In the daily time frame, we can see here is the act of area of major resistance. So however, in the last week, during the daily closure, alright, we have a big news for Canada dollar. So the news didn't came off. The news came out quite well. So we can see the downside push. Okay, in the morning, during the Asian session on this ACAD dollar, we have seen a spike through the resistance, where all the liquidity traders, they will start selling at this pressure over here. So we can see that the price managed to push downside after all. After managing to spike from during the Asian market, it have a huge spike to above this liquidity zone, right? Once touched, we can see a heavy downfall. So what I'm gonna expect here is that the price may continue downwards at least to this level right here, a strong level of multiple support, where previously we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we have about 9 tested area on this zone right here, 0.93, around 4,000 region, right? So the risk reward here is quite pretty nice. We have a 1-2 risk reward. We have a risk about the upside here, and we have a good reward at the downside. So I'm gonna favor that this pair may drop in the next couple of days, right, to fulfill a downside over right here. So however, on the Monday market, I will start shorting it because we have a very good rejection on the 4-hourly candle right here. Right, we can see there's one almost an engulfing candle. We have a good closure right here. So I wouldn't be surprised if the price gonna retest at the closure of the 4-hourly candle before starting to drop again. So let's move on to gold. Right, okay. This is XAU US dollar on the daily chart. So what we can see here, we have a little bit of a head and shoulder pattern right here. We can see the left head and then the right shoulder over here. So however, if previously you guys follow my analysis, we have a good daily trend over here. However, in this region, it started to break out from the daily trend. So once the breakout from the daily trend, we will only look for a short target at this gold pair right here. So what we can see here, we have a first high, we have a lower low, which break the previous low here, and then we created the lower high over here. What we can see here is, if we take from the first impulsive candle here, we can see that price has been trading in the 61.8 region. We have a good spike up, and then we have the next day we have a good spike down as well. So we close back below to 61.8, and then the next candle we can see we have a slightly retest on the 61.8 region and continue to fall. So however, this pair already has been over, but what we can see here is that we may need to create a new low before continue its downtrend. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to use some little bit of trend line. Okay, I'm not surprised if the price for this gold to have a slightly pullback on the trend line before continue downwards. So it should be like this for the future, for the next couple of days and couple of weeks, because during the NFP price, right, the price has been rejected from this area here, a good area for the liquidity traders to come in as a buy position. As you can see here, we have a graveyard three triple doji, right, on the daily closure. So this is gonna tell me is that the buyers is coming very, very strong at the moment. So what I'm going to expect here is that the price may push even higher before continue the downfall, because we can see in the price action technique, we can see there is a triple doji telling us that the buyers is coming in very, very aggressively. During the 3 days we have been open up, down, up, down, up, down. However, it closed back in the range. So what I'm going to expect here is that the gold on the Monday to Tuesday, we have a slightly pullback, right, upward, where for around Wednesday to Thursday, we may see the price touching back to the 1300 region before continue the downfall. So however, these guys, for at the moment, I do not have any trade right now. What I'm going to wait is, the most important I'm going to have the trade is the euro dollar, which caught my attention. As I'm going to say, we have a head and shoulder play out on the 4-hourly. On the daily candle, we can see that the price has been, on the monthly, we can see that the price has been trading in the 61.8 region. So we wait for the breakout for euro dollar, then only we're going to start buying. Or if God gives us a second chance, we will wait for the price to come down back to the liquidity zone, and then we're going to start buying again. However, for pound dollar and gold, for the moment, do not attract my attention. So I'm just gonna skip it, and then I'm on a Monday, I'm straight gonna short for this pair. No doubts, AUD CAT should be have a very good potential right here. Compared to the compared to the three other pairs that we have analyzed. So that's for all for today. We will come back on next week to update more insight on the next potential setup for the weeks. And however, if during this Monday to Friday, if I do see or spot any potential, we will obviously we will post in the group, and hope you guys can catch some every picks that we post in the analysis as well. So thank you so much for your time and have